We're here. We did it. Hello. It's I would say it's good to see you, but I can't see you guys, so it's good to be seen. Welcome to Unserious University. We have video. We did it. This was a long time coming, and I have a multitude of reasons as to why it's taken me too long. There were some genuine, real roadblocks that got in the way that we have overcame one by one, slowly and steady. But I have been nervous yet again to take the next step. I was nervous starting this podcast, even when it was audio only. And then I got pretty comfortable. I got in the routine of things. I felt like I got a general sense of what I was doing. And that was a really big indicator for me that I needed the next challenge. And I needed the next thing to be worried / nervous / scared about. So here we are. And this is the next step. I know a lot of people have been hinting and telling me that this needs video, and I've agreed since day one. But gear needed to be purchased. Steps needed to be made. New skills needed to be learned in order to get here. But we got here. Let me address the elephant in the room right away. This wall sucks. I know. I had an idea of how I wanted it to look. I gave it my best, and it's ass, to say the least. It didn't have all these little gaps in it when I first set it up, and I know for some of you that's going to be bothersome. I apologize in advance. I'm already getting plans in the works to actually make this more aesthetically pleasing and enjoyable. But until then, we're just going to have to live with my terrible rookie attempt at a sound wall, which does nothing because the absorbing sound foam is behind where I'm projecting my voice. Mistakes will be made. I am a rookie. I'm figuring it out. So I hope you bear some patience with me along this journey. But we're here, and this is what matters. I'm putting my own foot in my ass. We're making it happen. Huge shout out to Manny. He will be on the podcast. We will have an episode for him, but this would not be possible without him. He made this process a lot quicker. And I'll get into that on another episode. I know that this is already going to be a longer intro than normal, but I appreciate you guys being here. I would love feedback, please. I know I occasionally ask sometimes, but this is one of the moments where let me know how it looks, how it sounds, if there's echo, if it needs to be louder or quieter. It's kind of a new starting point for me. I'm new to lighting, so let me know if this is too harsh, too yellow, not yellow enough, what I need to do. I just have 2 studio lights with no soft boxes. We're just kind of figuring it out. The shadows are a little harsh at times, but I'd love to know what you guys think. And with that being said, today is episode 18, and we're having Joel on. Very overdue. Long time coming. I'm sure anyone who knows me is probably actually wondering why I hadn't had him on yet. Honestly, schedules didn't line up. And also, it's a cool thing to be able to have him on for the first video episode. We talk about a multitude of things. Oh, God, this is so weird doing an intro with video. Oh, my God. Okay. We talk about a multitude of things. We talk about how we were able to work ourselves from broke teenagers to more well-off men in their 20s. We talk about what it means to be charismatic, to go out, to be infectious with other people, and also how to deal with haters or with people who want to escalate and maybe try and start a fight. And also why white people are a bit sauceless and what you can do to up your sauce game. But super fun. I hope you guys enjoy this episode. I had a great time, as always. I have no idea how to visually transition into the episode. We're figuring it out, but this is episode 18 with Joel Bond. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoy Catch you later.
Okay. All right.
Out of the topics I mentioned before, is there anyone you want to start on?
We can just go in order.
You want to start with why white people don't have
We're
the
going to
sauce?
start with why white people, the majority of white people. I'm not talking to all white people. Hashtag not all white people. The vast majority of you. And when I say white people, I mean white Americans. This is in case anyone was confused.
No one is saving you, Brits.
Yeah, I don't care if you're from over the pond. I don't care if you're from Canada. I double don't care if you're from Canada. If you're white adjacent. No. White Americans, the vast majority of you are sauceless. Okay, imagine you go to your favorite Italian restaurant and you say, I want the linguine fettuccine. I want the spaghetti with meatballs. I want the rigatoni pasta with the pesto sauce. And then y'all walk in, it's like, I just want the noodles. Maybe a little bit of olive oil, salt and pepper, that's it. That's the vast majority of you. Now, on occasion, we have major breakthroughs. Vanilla Ice. Okay. Bill Clinton. Okay. Give me one.
John Paul?
Nigga, the Pope.
No. Why can't I think of his name?
Jake Paul?
No. What's his face? The fucking Houston rapper. Paul. There's no way. Cut. No way. Cut.
Paul,
Light's too bright.
Paul Wall.
Paul Wall. This is Jean Paul.
You know.
You said the Pope.
You know. I was about to put you on there, but you just fucked it up for yourself.
No, I'm getting stage fright. It's the first video.
Honorable mention, Caleb Gregory.
No, not anymore.
No, I mean.
Just noodles.
God damn it.
Jean Paul.
Oh my goodness. Honorable mention, you. Okay, there comes kind of like the Avatar. You know, we have like a reincarnate cycle where we'll get like one saucy ass white person. I think I got the one female on there, Allison Stoner, if you know ball. Allison Stoner played in Disney Channel on Ally and AJ, and then she was also in what are those fucking movies called? The dance movies. The one that Channing Tatum was in. Step Up.
Yes.
And then she also was a background dancer for Missy Elliott. So Allison Stoner is our female representation.
I feel like Gwen Stefani fits in there.
This shit is bananas. I'll allow it.
Oh, I had another one, and I lost it. Not listening to Chet Hanks.
Who?
Chet Hanks.
Who is that?
Yo, you don't know who Chet Hanks is?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't. Should I know who he is? Is he someone of like work? Know the
Yes.
What has he done?
He pushes culture.
Whose culture? His last name is Hanks. He doesn't have any relation to Tom Hanks, does he?
Oh yes, no, that's his son.
He has another son, and his name is Chet, like Chet Holmgren, the basketball player.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, I know exactly who Chet Hanks is.
Booyaka, booyaka.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, no, he absolutely does not get any.
Oh, I was gonna say Nick Jonas.
I could get down with that. I could for sure get down with that. Shout out to Nick Jonas. Absolutely. So back to the point that we got a little lost there for a second. Why the majority of white people don't have any sauce? One, I just think a lot of white people are just afraid to have fun sometimes, especially depending on the generation you were raised in. You were kind of told how to act, how not to act. And we have good examples of this from pop culture movies. There's a movie called The Temptations, which is a biopic based on the Motown group, The Temptations. And they were desegregating like music. And they would go to white venues. And then they would have white people on one side of the rope and then black people on the other side of the rope. And there's like a progression scene throughout their tour where they said, fuck it, move the rope. And then all the white kids start doing all the black kid dances. And they're like, hell yeah. Like, that's like the first time they got like a little bit of taste of it. And you could just rinse, wash, and repeat that throughout history. They're like, oh shit, like, is that jazz music? Jazz music's way better than classical. Like, classical is like cool, but
A couple 100 years too old.
I want to listen to that. you know. And then like it's, if you dive deep enough into it, you can sprinkle a little bit of racism in there, like don't act like that because that's how they act,
right?
And they go, okay, I won't do that.
Yeah.
And then eventually it's just like, yeah, I never like fully jumped into it because I was always told that's the wrong thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
But then now your descendants are paying the consequences. You already paid the consequences with how you dress, the food you eat, and then now you can't dance. And then all that together makes, I guess, what we're deeming as the proverbial sauce.
The proverbial sauce.
So. But yeah, I just think it started from not wanting to have fun and not wanting to be different. They're like, nah, we're going to sit here and do our, the twist.
Twist.
I'm pretty sure the twist was created by a black person. That might be a bad example.
I don't even got anything for you on.
Shout out to Forrest Gump. That scene where Forrest Gump taught Elvis how to do the Elvis dance also came from a black person. Elvis Presley's most popular song came from a black woman.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna have you keep the mic
Closer,
just in the direction you're talking. So
oh shit! Oops.
Go here.
Okay,
that's fine.
I'm gonna face you the entire time anyway. So
works.
Just moving in front of me.
No, I think like for me growing up,
right.
Everyone around me was just an example, and white people love their way of enjoying music is much more the karaoke sing along,
absolutely,
than it is like dancing,
right?
And so if you go to you've been to our family gatherings or
absolutely.
like a white people function,
right?
They play like a banger that everyone knows. The immediate reaction is everyone just kind of like throws their hand up and starts like singing the chorus.
Right. Everyone's sitting down.
Yeah, yeah.
In my household, that's disrespectful. If someone's performing, Nicky, you stand up. Get your ass on the dance floor. Why are you still sitting down? I can't even do it. My arm is fucked up still.
But yeah, no, and that's the thing is like as you know, like that shit's fun.
Right.
You don't feel a lot of like something's missing when everyone's just there having fun.
Right.
And then for me, my like eye-opening experience was going into high school and luckily being in a space where like there's a good mix of everybody there.
Right.
And we would have like our homecoming dance or whatever, and then I'd watch certain people dance and I'd be like, oh, I have been clearly not trained.
I did the exact same thing with the Filipinos too. I saw the Filipinos b-boy dance. I was like, yeah, I'm fucking up. I'm doing the wrong thing. Shout out to the Filipinos and the Imagination who are b-boys. You know who you are.
Yeah. But and then from there I was like, oh shit, like I'm starting at like square one when I'm like 15. Whereas most people who live in a household or in a culture where dancing is a lot more popular start at square one when they're like 3, and you can like you're walking, you're able to balance yourself, and the music's playing, and you're good.
Your parents nerfed you for a reason. Imagine if you were in an environment that cultivated, not even cultivated, it was demanded.
Yeah.
Okay, for our listeners and viewers out there, if you know who Tommy the Clown is and his cousin Homeboy the Clown, I had my mom send me a picture that was from very easily the late 1990s. Could have been maybe mid 1990s, but it's an old ass picture, and it is of Tommy the Clown standing in front of my house for a birthday party. Tommy the Clown used to pull up to the crib all the time. Like, bro basically lived there. And
I didn't know who he was until we watched the pop out.
Right, and I think I showed you the picture.
Yeah.
They would pull up in their car. We would shut down each end of the street. And it was a block party. In case anyone doesn't know what that is, you literally shut down both ends of the street. No cars can get on the street. You got to park around the corner and then walk to where the party is. And you normally have jumpers and bounce houses, and you have small vendors of food and face paint for the kids and toys and shit, little carnival games. And then when Tommy and the crew pulled up, it was over.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they pulled up in the Suburban or in the Yukon. They had speakers blasting. People were jumping on top of the car. Everyone's dancing and shit. It was great. It was fantastic. And that's how I grew up for like the first part of my life. And that's just how it was, you know. And you didn't really get to be shy. If you did, you kind of got like laughed at.
Yeah.
Like imagine being 3 years old.
Some wholesome bullying.
Right. It's like imagine you're being 3 years old and you're scared of clowns and everyone's laughing at you. So you gotta like just get over it.
You gotta thug it out.
You just gotta fucking crump your way out of it. You sitting there crying in the middle of the street. I'm not gonna lie to you. It felt very what's homeboy's name? Jiggy. That was that him, the internet like social media dude that was at the NBA game and they changed the name on the screen. Shiggy.
Oh, okay.
The dude that got like Drake's Kiki, do you love me? Yeah, the one that danced all the time. His name is Shiggy. Okay. There's a video of him where like they like forcing him to dance. And he goes, no. And they go, no, nigga, you gonna dance. And he's sitting there like doing the dance and shit. That's how it was for me when I was like a little ass kid. But then like eventually I just broke out of my shell and they would throw me on top of the car. And then I'd just be in the middle of the street fucking doing whatever the fuck 3-year-old. I was 3, bro. I was not fucking shit up. I look stupid.
Luckily, you gotta understand my perspective and where I'm coming from. That's fucking shit up. If a 14-year-old did that at a white function, everyone talks about it for the next decade.
Yeah, he'd be cutting the rug.
Cutting the rug.
To transition, to keep the topic going, another place that I've witnessed this is at church. There's a reason why like I've had so many people like, oh, I want to go to a black church. And I'm like, no, you don't. You'll be in that bitch all day.
Once he told me y'all get out at 3 p.m.,
bro,
I was like, I'm good.
Bro, okay, so look, check it out. Sunday mornings in the Bond household. Day in the Bond, god damn it. My mom will wake us up early as fuck, get dressed, go to church, go to Sunday school. Sunday school started at like 7 something because there was an 8 o'clock service and an 11 o'clock service. And Sunday school started roughly around the same time as the 8 o'clock service. And then it got done at the same time that the 8 o'clock service got done. Then you would eat breakfast. You would have like half an hour, maybe 40 minutes of downtime. And then you would transition your way into the 11 o'clock service.
So you do both?
No.
Oh.
Well, I didn't do both.
Okay.
There were psychopaths who went there
and put in a work day
that were literally at church from before 8 a.m. because black people show up to just hang out and talk about the week and everything. And then they would sit through 8 o'clock service, eat breakfast, and then go back in for 11 o'clock service. Very rarely do people leave. I didn't even think leaving was allowed. There was one time I tried to negotiate. I'm like, hey,
I had this great idea.
If we go to 8 o'clock here, we leave. It never fucking works. And so my sisters and I, being as involved in church as we were ushers. We were in the youth choir. We were in the regular choir. And on occasion, I would play the drums at church when I was like 7. No business being up there. At least I didn't think I had any business being up there. They're like, come up here. And I'm like, and my dad, get up here and dance. My dad would be like, get up here, man. Come on. I'm like, okay. And then I would just scoot my way down the aisle, go up the side, go up the stairs, and then they would like slow down the music for me, and then I would like pick up the drum beat again, and we would just keep fucking going.
That's fun. That's a good experience.
I also had like my own like song that like I had to sing every now and then, and I think the most I've ever sung in front of was I sung in front of like 300 or 400 people once.
Damn.
Yeah, and I was absolutely fucking terrified. And then afterward, like. Everybody and their grandmama literally would come up to me. Oh my God, you did such a good job! Like I forgot the words.
I blacked out.
Don't sit here and lie to me.
I don't remember anything.
I literally forgot like half the fucking words to a song that I knew all the words to. Shout out to Kirk Franklin. The song is called "Reigns" or "He Reigns." It's a good little, cool little gospel song. But yeah, at Black Church, like you look weird if you're not like turned up for Jesus.
Right? Yeah.
You know, like so much to the point. We would sit there like she's faking the Holy Ghost, he's faking the Holy Ghost.
You do not have the spirit in you.
You do not have the spirit in you type shit.
Faking the Holy Ghost.
Bro. I know it sounds bad to say that, but it's like, all right, bro, like I get it. I'm turned up too. Like I'm enjoying this shit, but you gotta relax. It's
like holy smokes.
This the fourth time you passed out in the last 6 minutes. You're faking it.
Fourth time you passed out.
You know, but
yeah, no, if there were when I look back on it, like my church experience, it was like 9 a.m. to 10 a.m.
Right.
You're good.
And y'all are at.
And we got like muffins and like they bring donuts and shit. Yeah, there was a Starbucks in the church.
Yeah.
And there was the occasional there was the occasional white person that you could tell had been to black church,
Right.
or like grew up on black church, because I'd be like, "Mommy, why are they yelling?" Because they'd be the only one yelling.
Yeah, it's disrespectful if the pastor is talking to you and you don't respond, because white pastors will ask you a hypothetical question where he doesn't want you to shout anything out. At a black church, that's not a hypothetical. He wants you to answer. Okay, if I say all the time, if you don't respond with "God is good," and if he says "God is good," and if you do not respond with "all the time," you're an op.
You're an op.
You're getting jumped. The ushers are gonna pick you up like the CIA, black bag you, and throw you in the fucking downstairs basement.
Shoot you in the back.
No, they gonna pull out the Bible. We can get exercise real quick, but like
Get exercise.
there's a certain shit. It's like you just knew what to do. My dad's mom, my grandma Shirley, her thing was, oh yes. It didn't matter what was being said. It didn't matter who was saying it. And she lived in San Diego, but she would come up to LA and visit sometimes. I always had to ride with her, because if someone was gonna get hurt in a car accident, I guess they volunteered me to do it. And her thing was, oh yes, like every time we're sitting there like with like a ticker, like 1, 2, 3,
Counting the laps.
counting how many times she said it throughout the service. But yeah, it was like expected. Like if the pastor asks you a question, you will respond. There is no and, if, or but. You will say something. You will say hallelujah. You will say oh yes. You will say amen. You will shout the first thing that comes to your mind. In that white church, which I went to white church with Caleb for the first time, I was like, this is great. What do you mean we're done? It's only been 45 minutes.
I love this business meeting y'all do.
This is fantastic.
Y'all got a Q&A at the end.
I gotta do this more often. Like, and especially you met my dad. That dude yaps more than I do. We would be at church for extra. That's probably why.
I was like, it's why you got a 45-minute break in between, because you need that to say bye.
Yeah. Why does it take black people 24 hours to say bye to each other? Crazy. But yeah, so going back to the original again, white people, just don't be afraid to have fun. We see these videos on social media, on Twitter, on Instagram, of that one white boy who is dubbed Mark. Okay? We got all these black people and Mark. But that's okay, because we rock with Mark, because Mark rocking with us. Don't be afraid to be Mark or Mary. Okay,
or Johnny Manziel in college.
Yo, Johnny Manziel was turned the fuck up. Hey, that's another honorable one. Shout out to Johnny Football, bro. Johnny Football was him. Okay,
that video, that Vine will live in my head the rest of my life, bro.
One?
The one where he is in the circle and he like throws it up and he like goes in the circle.
All right, so we got our white boys confused again.
Oh, is that not Johnny Manziel? Who is that? Is that not a quarterback?
That is a quarterback.
Who am I thinking of?
That is Baker Mayfield.
That is Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
We do have our white boys confused.
It's okay. It happens.
Pretty sure that was the Pope.
John Paul. The Pope.
The lights are bright, bro. I'm folding under the pressure.
Yeah, don't be afraid to be Johnny Manziel. Don't be afraid to be Baker Mayfield. Don't be afraid to be Allison Stoner, Gwen Stefani. If you see people having fun, you go, man. And this applies to everybody, because we've been adults for a minute now. We've been going to nightclubs and bars and birthday parties and social scenes, and people are afraid to just have fun. It's like, bro, there's 100 people in here, and 99 of them are having fun.
Mm-hmm.
And there's one weirdo who's not. Guess what you need to do? You need to fix yourself and go and fucking have fun.
Yeah, and that's the thing though, is like a lot of like white environments, or just like sauceless environments, because it doesn't like just have to be white people. Have witnessed
of course not,
other environments that are still comparable,
right?
But it's not that there is like 99 people having fun and one isn't. It's like there's one person having fun,
right,
and 99 who aren't.
Right. That's valid. That's absolutely valid.
Yeah, and it like for me, like I like we're in high school, we're going to these dances and shit, and I'm learning very quickly like I'm way behind. Right. Like I saw people throwing ass on everyone, and I was like, I didn't know we could do that.
Is that allowed? Teacher.
She forgot to collect homework.
She's throwing it back. Is she allowed to do that? And the teacher's like, yeah, dumbass.
The teacher's like, I'm not legally allowed to witness that.
I'm leaving. Okay, don't get each other pregnant at homecoming.
But yeah, and so I don't know. It took me like a cool like decade of like catching up and like learning. And thankfully
I
also,
don't think it took you a decade. You had an accelerated course.
that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
it
fair.
took you like 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. It took you like you like 5 years.
But also I think what helped, and even though it's like a little corny, we grew up, in my opinion, like the last generation that had like songs that were dedicated for dances.
Oh yeah.
Like
They literally told you what to do.
Yeah.
And you dumb idiots, what generation are they?
what Gen Alpha or Gen,
All the YNs. All you motherfuckers on TikTok who are taking simple instructions and changing it. If I tell you to put your arms out front and lean side to side, don't be over here doing no extra.
Don't be renegade.
Don't be kicking your feet, bruh. Like, if we giving you instructions, follow the instructions. Y'all would have did terrible back in the day. Because y'all can't follow fucking instructions.
Yeah. Yeah. But like,
Lean back.
we grew up, and in high school we had like whip, nay, drop, hit them folks, even fucking like stanky leg and shit. Like, cat daddy.
Yeah.
We had all of that shit. So I had like all these little like beginner modules that I'm like, okay, if I can get these down, like I can kind of string it together.
They're interchangeable.
Yes, exactly.
As long as you can find the beat, which is something that white people unfortunately do struggle with. Y'all like to clap on the off beat instead of the on beat.
You remember that clip when Justin Bieber was doing an acoustic set and he had to get his fans on beat? He like stopped singing and he was like, no, y'all on the off beat.
Shout out to JB. Shout out to the Biebs. Shout out to the Bieber. That's another saucy ass white boy.
Yeah, but that's the thing is like you put yourself in an environment where like, I don't know, acting like proper and like conserved is like not only the norm, but kind of like
the expectation.
It's like looked up to, like,
right.
like when you think of like a lot of like traditional, particularly white American households and behaviors, like the old like nuclear family, white picket fence era of Americanism. It's like reserved, stoic father and like polite, like well-behaved wife.
Right.
And neither of those give any wiggle room for Elvis Presley.
Right, absolutely.
To then come in. And that's why Elvis Presley was such a huge like phenomenon for white people, was like not even the fact that like he didn't even come up with this shit on his own, but he made it look possible. Right. Like he did it and he didn't look like a fucking like loser to everyone who was watching him. And so I feel like that was kind of like like we can do this. It's not just like you either, because that's the thing also, and this is something I personally experienced, like when you realize you suck at certain shit like dancing or like just like, I don't know, getting loose in a certain environment.
Being expressive.
Yeah. The next biggest thing, first is acknowledging that you suck at it, but the next biggest thing is like having to look stupid for a while while you learn. And most people would rather die, like literally croak before they look stupid in an expressive way.
That's me.
Yeah. And so, like that was where I don't know, I was lucky to have like a lot of friends like you, where even in like chill, like private environments where we're just like listening to music in the living room, we're like goofing off and I'm like learning like bit by bit.
You had some great teachers.
Yeah. I remember, and we'll see if he's watching, but I remember in the living room, it was us and Desmond. Yes, bro. And we played drop for like 30 minutes.
I'm never going to forget that night. I'm never going to forget that night.
Oh my God. I had my like superhero moment where I could see rhythm for the first time, like the waves in the air. And it took a minute.
It was colors. It was pinks. It was reds. It was blues. It was harmony and motion. That was the first time you saw rhythm.
Yeah. And now I'd be pissing you off.
Those of you
even if you're not there.
Those of you who are old enough to remember T Nasty Freestyle.
T Nasty.
By T Wayne. This dude right here to my left hit the coldest shit I had ever seen in my life.
Oh my God, I forgot about this.
And I was like, and he still does shit like this. I'm like, nah. Who who you been hanging out with, who you been talking to, like who showed you that? Because I didn't show you that, and I don't even know. Like, I want to explain it, but like, it's not gonna make sense. This is one of those you have to be there moment forwards. But like, to sum it up, he hit some like a cold ass dance move where like he just bobbed his shoulders and his head side to side, back and forth, on beat to the words, and it matched perfectly. And I was like, all right, bro, like, you got it, you got it, bro.
It's possible.
Oh, so like
you can learn.
Another example, the homeboy, the white dude that was in his homie's wedding, he was the only white boy in the wedding party.
Oh, they were like,
and he was trying to sit there, trying to teach himself how to. I think it's what is it called? The chicken head. I think that's the name of the dance, called the chicken head. And they recorded his progression from the time he started learning, until the night of the wedding.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was a moment where he was in the hotel room. He was fucking that shit up.
He was doing better on the night before than he was on the actual wedding.
I think he got drunk. Well, so one, I think he was drunk. Two, he was in a suit.
Yeah.
Being in a suit is going to restrict your movement a little bit.
Maybe a little nervous.
But he still hit that shit flawlessly. Mm-hmm. But the hotel room one was like, oh, like you were there.
Yeah.
Like, like
don't recite the black magic
don't quote the deep magic to me, which I was there when it was written. I was there when the chicken head got invented. Right? Like, that was like, oh shit, like bro was outside, but he had to practice. And that's the other thing. You have to be able to practice to do this shit.
Yeah.
You're not just going to wake up one morning and then all of a sudden have the audacity or the gall to just go and do shit.
Mm-hmm.
No, you have to put yourself into a mindset to do it. And another white person on TikTok, that white girl who recorded herself for 33 days to learn how to Dougie.
I was going to say the person that did the Dougie too.
And now she's on the Cat Daddy. I'm not updated on what her current progression where the Cat Daddy is, but I don't think it's going to take her 33 days like it did with the Dougie.
Right.
It might take her 20.
Right.
It might take a little bit less time, but every time she learns or wants to learn a new dance, it's going to take less and less time.
Mm-hmm.
But 33 days of moving the wrong way and being offbeat to literally like hitting that shit, incorporating other dances with it, is possible.
It's thing.
Possible.
That's the thing that like I was stuck at for a hot minute, and still am from time to time, is like threading them together.
Right.
Because it's one thing to be like, okay, like, all right, I'm gonna like, Dougie came on, I'm gonna hit the Dougie or whatever, and then you finish and you're like, fuck.
What's next?
Take a bow, walk away.
I did my Dougie. What else can I possibly incorporate into this slurry of dance moves?
Yeah, and that's the thing also that I wanted to say was like, you're right, it does take practice, and but like it doesn't have to be or look like what like repetition practice really normally is. Like
choreography.
Like
you don't want it to look choreographed. You want it to look natural.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. But not even the like how it looks, but like the practice that you need to get to a place where it looks natural. Like that girl's version of doing that was TikTok, like doing it for 30, like for a month and some change. But like my version of some of the shit was just like goofing off either with you, with our friends, or just like by myself when I have music in.
Right.
And all of those little moments stacked up over time to where now I retroactively look back and I'm like, oh, that was practice.
Right, absolutely.
The little number we do with our feet whenever some shit goes on, like I had to fucking do that so many times just to get it right, and then now it's like second nature. But
I was born doing it.
See, and that's the thing. Like, I didn't have that environment that cultivated any of that. So I'm like,
it's called ADHD. It's called literally not being able to sit your ass down somewhere.
Yeah. And so if I was like, and I wouldn't say like I'm sitting here like fucking in front of the mirror like in a 1 and a 2 and a but
I've done that before, and I'll tell you the song right after you finish.
But yeah, I just have headphones in if I'm like walking around the house doing chores or like cleaning up, like, and song hit me right.
You hitting that
do a little dance and then keep going. But you got your example.
This shit is so goofy, but I was so determined to learn it because I had seen everyone else on the internet do it. I was like, okay, well, I want to learn how to do it.
Oh, this is coming back to me.
I set up my phone in my living room and kitchen at the house I grew up in Lancaster were like right next to each other. So it was living room and then kitchen island. So I could put my phone here and then have space behind me. And it was Blanco Brown's "The Get Up." I went on YouTube because the artist Blanco Brown had a tutorial instructional video on how to do the dance moves to his lyrics. And I must have rewinded that video 5 or 6 times in slow motion, taking it one step at a time until I knew every single dance move. And then I had my moment finally. I don't remember like the cultivating moment. I don't remember where I was at specifically. It could have been at Buckle and Boots.
Mm-hmm.
It probably was at Buckle and Boots. But that song came on. I was like, I'm ready.
I'm ready.
This is my moment. Because there were 3 of us that knew the dance. Now there's way more people that know it, but there were 3 of us that knew it. And they weren't as good as me. They wasn't fucking with me. They didn't put the work in.
Oh, yeah. I was trying to remember what the song was. I knew the title, but I couldn't remember. But yeah. I remember you just walked out one day with that whole thing down.
Yep. Going
that
to
makes
the
sense.
Tuesday.
Yeah,
And
Cowboy
Cowboy
Boogie.
Boogie. Grab his sweetheart and spin out with him. Do the hold down and get into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I literally rewinded that practice video a half a dozen times and then would play the song without the tutorial and then sit there and do each move. I was like, yeah, I got this shit.
Mm-hmm.
So even we do it. Okay? Sometimes it's not all natural, but you got to be willing to put in the work. Okay? And if you need a little help, reach out to, the one black person you know.
Your local black person.
Reach out to your local black person, okay?
The one black friend. It's just a Super Smash Bros. Black person.
Like, hey, listen, like, I need a big favor from you. It's a little embarrassing. I've never done this before, but I need you to teach me how to dance. I need you to just teach me to use my hips and not my shoulders. Okay? I need you to just give me just a little bit of sauce. Okay? I don't want it too saucy. I just need a little bit to get people to go, oh, okay, all right. And then if you want to progress past that, then go ahead. But don't be afraid to have fun. Listen to what the words are telling you in the song, and then ask your friendly neighborhood black person, hey, can you, just give me a couple of tips on how I can improve musically overall.
Yeah, it's so funny, like, because it's so much of it is like this like huge wall of embarrassment that you got to get past.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And
It's tough. Get drunk.
Yes.
Get drunk.
Yes.
That's step 4.
Yes.
Be drunk.
I've had many a night where I witnessed my talent progress strides in one night because I was drunk.
All I had was a couple of Red Bull vodkas, and it was Taliban.
Mm-hmm.
There was curtains.
I'm telling you, bro. I wish you were there, but the day that me and Dylan went to Vegas and we were at
Oh no!
We're at Gold Spike,
God, bro. I hate that fucking story. You know how like it's kind of like being a parent, and you're like, don't embarrass me, like don't go out there and like act like you've been somewhere before. Well, whenever Caleb and Dylan are off of my leash that I have them on, and it's for good reason. They're on a leash for a perfectly legal good reason. Okay, I'm not just like some habitual hater to them more than I need to be. Okay, it's
3 asterisks on that sentence. Not a habitual hater to them more than I need to be.
It is
during
for,
the week.
It is for good reason. I do what I do, not for me, but for them. Okay, because sometimes they just take shit just a little bit. They went to Vegas. They went to Gold Spike. If you've never been to Gold Spike on Fremont Street, downtown, you need to go. It's a vibe. They got shit to do. They got good music.
DJ inside, DJ outside.
It's a good time. Well, those 2 went there. Your cousins were there too, right?
No, it was just me and Dylan.
Unsupervised. Okay. They went to this place unsupervised and started acting a fucking fool. They start showing their whole ass.
We went out there for the sole purpose of attending Mormon church. And I was like, we got a night out. So we went to Gold Spike. And it was a great night.
Was this before or after church?
Before. Got to cleanse it the next day.
There was a group of older black women that they were dancing next to. And I'll let you take over because I wasn't there. I've only got the shit secondhand, but go ahead.
Oh, God. I was inebriated.
Naturally.
Under the influence.
Always.
Borracho, whatever you want to call it. I do not feel like rolling my R's right now. And
that's tough.
And I don't know. She was playing. DJ was good. He was doing all the right things, pushing all the right buttons.
That's funny.
And all I remember was I was like, we were dancing, and there was this like older lesbian woman, old black lady with a cane,
Right.
and she was like, doing her little dance, doing her little jig with her cane, but like not really, not really doing much.
Bro saw an old black gay lady with a cane. Said, you know what? We got to get rid of that cane.
And so we were dancing, and I particularly wasn't dancing like fixated on them trying to dance with them. We were just dancing.
Right.
And they were next to us, and then they turned and saw whatever I was at the time. And she starts dancing with me, and so we start doing like the little shoulder like back and forth, and like I start getting lower and she starts getting lower, and I'm like, okay, like the knees are alive. And so I start getting lower and lower. I'm getting to Meg the Stallion territory, and she looks me in the face and throws the cane away and put both hands on her knees and gets all the way down. I was like, oh. We started rocking back and forth. Dylan, of course, is like laughing and clapping and shit, picking up the back of my shirt.
Unsupervised, unsanctioned. No one told him to do this.
Oh,
unnecessary. What if she would have hurt herself because homeboy over here wanted to turn the fuck
I didn't
up?
tell her to throw her cane away.
You encouraged it.
You think I knew that was gonna happen?
Use foresight next time. Use context clues, okay?
Yeah, it was a great night.
Crazy.
There was a few moments like that.
Crazy as hell.
And
What if she would have got stuck on the floor? Then what?
we would help her up. The cane was right there. I could grab it.
Interesting. Okay. All right. But yeah, that story always cracks me up. That shit's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it's possible. Yeah, and I don't know. I think now, like, trying to think forward, it'll be really interesting whenever I have kids of my own,
Right.
the environment that I will try to encourage them to grow up in,
Oh yeah.
where like dancing is normal, dancing is encouraged.
Drop them up at Uncle Joel's house 2-3 years and forget.
And forget.
You get one phone call maybe once in 6 months.
Like boot camp.
You know the video I'm talking about? There's a UFC fighter talking to another UFC fighter. I think one's a black dude and one's from Dagestan because they're like the best fucking like grapplers and wrestlers in the world. And the Dagestani dude is telling them, "Oh, you want your son to be good? Like, fly him to Dagestan and leave him there for 2 or 3 years and forget about him. And then we'll call you when he's done training, and then he'll be the best fucking fighter ever."
Jesus.
And the dude's like, "Damn, like, can I get a phone call?" He goes, "You get one phone call once
Every
in 6
6
months.
months.
Maybe." He goes, "Take your son to Dagestan, leave him there 2-3 years and forget." And the dude's like, "God damn, dude, I can't fucking do that." He was like, "I just wanted like a couple of like just quick little tips." He goes, "No. You take him there, you leave him there, and you forget."
Yeah.
So you bring kids to Uncle Joel's house, you leave him there 2-3 years. 2-3 hours, I should say.
He come back with swag surf.
Basically.
He come back knucking if you buck.
Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, basically.
But yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be cool. Like and I know, like, my parents listen to every episode. They watch. They'll be watching this episode. This is in no way, shape, or form me like downplaying my environment that I grew up in.
Of course not.
I grew up in a great environment.
Absolutely.
But like watching my parents dance was very rare. And again, nothing wrong with that. That's
They'd
just
be getting down now though.
Yeah, my dad. So apparently, like, as I learned growing up more,
Right.
my dad used to go out, like, he was outside.
Your dad was a party animal.
And he was like dancing at the club, and he said
With the mullet.
on a couple occasions got approached by like the manager and was like, "Do you want to work here?" Like,
Hey, remember that sound you were looking for? Well, look at
remember that sauce you were looking for? Take a look at this.
It's Ken Gregory with the mullet in the 80s.
Hitting the sprinkler.
Doing the robot.
Cabbage Patch.
Ken Greg, never mind. He probably could. He probably could. I'm not even gonna say nothing. He probably could.
That was their generation of SpongeBob. But
Holy shit.
But yeah, so apparently like that was a thing. And I would see it every so often, rarely. You know, my dad doesn't really drink like that. He'll have
Right.
like a Corona.
Yeah, every now
And
and then.
my-
Or
my
a
mom doesn't
mule.
drink.
Your dad's a big mule
Yeah,
guy.
yeah. He'd be
Yeah.
fucking the mules up.
Absolutely.
And so yeah, he had those moments, and I'd see it every so often. I'm like, okay, like he's been here before. Like it wasn't
Right.
like I'm trying this out. It's like I'm bringing it back. Like,
Had to pull out all reliable.
dude,
Had
yeah.
to, had to. You know, I've seen him do that before, unironically, with like a Star Wars box.
Oh my god, dude. We'll
And
go
I'm
in
like,
that.
you didn't even do that, bro. It's,
We'll go-
it's still dirty.
Shit layered on, brother.
Get a towel.
Yeah. So yeah, and that's just the thing. And I like, you know, to this day we fucking do karaoke nights in the living room.
Absolutely. That's
Like
our
I'll,
jam.
I'll always have like my sing along side. But it was just a matter of like environment and what you were around and what you were comfortable with. So I hope my parents don't take it the wrong way when I'm like, oh yeah, I didn't grow up dancing, or like, you know, it was weird, because it's just how it was.
It's
for a
okay.
while.
We'll take it from here.
Take him to Joel's house 2-3 years.
2-3 years. Leave him at Joel's house and forget.
Yeah, but
He come back with corn roll.
we'll know who Chet Hanks is.
He will not come back with corn roll. Okay. I won't even have corn roll.
I'm telling you, you need to bring him back.
No.
young Alan Ivy.
Under no circumstances will I ever be braiding my hair ever again. If you weren't there for it, sorry you missed it.
I have one video of him with cornrows in.
I got 3 pictures, and that shit was painful as fuck.
The world wouldn't be ready. That's why he's nerfing himself. He's not.
No, the main reason why I'm not going to get cornrows is I turned 28 this year. Okay, there is a very specific demographic of... Oh, we don't have our button.
I don't remember right now.
No, press the button. Niggas.
Oh yeah.
There's a very specific demographic of Black American male past a certain age that have cornrows, and if you're not Kawhi Leonard, or I think James Harden currently has them because of Kawhi Leonard. If you're not an athlete, because that's a popular hairstyle for athletes to have, it's more manageable. You don't have to do it as often. You can get away with letting it get outgrown and not, you know, kind of thing. But if you're just a dude and you're 28 and you have cornrows, 9 times out of 10 you wear black Air Forces and you steal women's purses. Sorry. My bad. If you're 28 plus or creeping up on 28 like I am, and you have cornrows and you're a good person, we'll continue to be that, but just know you're being judged silently or loudly. Some people don't give a fuck.
Loudly.
You know, but I'm just letting you know that is the reason why you will not catch me with cornrows at my grown ass age of almost 28. It's not the move. You have cornrows when you're a little kid, and then when you're like 20, and it's just to like keep your hair manageable if you like have it long already.
How long can you have it like that before you gotta redo it?
I mean, I only have mine in for like 4 hours. But you can get away with having it braided for like a couple of months before you take it out and redo it. It's supposed to be maintained that way. You braid it once, you kind of just, you know, let it get dirty, get a little buildup in there, take it out, wash it, redo it, and you can get away with doing that like every like quarter. You know, some people like Meek Mill used to have cornrows. Meek Mill left his shit in for like years.
Damn,
like a year at a time. Some people do that. They're like, they just let the shit get long, and then they'll do like very like small micromanagement, I should say, to the hair, where they'll take out like a couple and fix it, or just put grease in it and lay it down, throw a cap on it. But like, if you're like only doing it like, okay, I'm doing this just for like a little bit, or this is gonna be my everyday style, you have a schedule that you keep with it, and it's
if you want it to look nice,
right? Exactly. It's like Kawhi Leonard's been rocking his braids for forever.
But he probably got like a stylist that he can.
Yeah,
just hire.
it's probably his sister. Kawhi Leonard's from the Inland Empire. He's from Riverside. He's a SoCal legend. James Harden's from Artesia. He's another SoCal legend. They literally probably have their sister or one of their girl cousins or one of their aunties that be like, Kawhi, get over here, your hair is nappy. And he'll sit down. James, get over here, your hair is nappy. Like, let me fix it, yada, yada, And then they probably slide them some money or whatever to do it. But like my mom braided mine. She just felt like doing it. You know, she was like, "Come here." She would walk up to me. I had a big ass afro. You get people have seen it. And she would come up to me and just grab my hair and start braiding. She's like, "Oh, I could braid your hair." I'm like, "Don't. We're not doing that. Like, I don't have this. I don't have all this hair for you to braid it. Like, I don't want to braid it. Like, I want my afro. Like, don't touch that shit." And then one night I was like, "Okay, fine. Like, I'll be nice. You could braid my hair."
Mm-hmm.
But
I don't think you told us. I think we pulled up and you walked outside, and I
Right.
was like, I literally, because it was like just past
yeah, it just got dark
dusk.
outside.
Yeah, like the sky was still like light enough to where you could tell the difference between the sky and the mountains.
right. But you needed your phone to actually see my hair.
And you walked out, and it wasn't the same like silhouette as normal, and I was like, who the fuck is that? And then you got like into like close enough, or like in the street light or something.
I put my head. I
shit.
put my head in the window.
Yeah. Oh my
Yeah, I
God.
put my head in the window.
Iconic.
If you want.
Okay. And then the other, I want to pivot it.
Yeah, absolutely. Next
So we'll
topic.
pivot.
Yeah, next topic.
Like we briefly talked about before we were recording, we both have found ourselves finally, because there's a two parts to this topic that I kind of want to get into.
Right.
We've been friends now for how long? Like
Since like when we met, or like this close.
both.
We met in 2013.
13? Sophomore year or freshman year?
We met freshman year.
2012 then, I believe.
Our freshman year was 2011.
Oh, we started freshman year 2011. I'm
Yeah.
thinking because we graduated in 15.
Right.
I'm subtracting that way.
Right.
But yeah, 2011.
Yeah.
And then we got like close like.
2012, a year
Yeah.
later. Yeah.
And so we have gone from like broke high schoolers to slightly less broke college students because
Shout out to
fast
fast food. shout out to being poor and they give you 5 racks every semester.
shout out to the Pell Grant. And then we went to somehow we went from broke high schoolers to less broke college students to back as broke as I was in high school, but now we're working.
But still was still able to do shit.
Yeah.
Like
Because it was part time.
That $10 an hour moved mountains.
Mm-hmm.
That shit traveled, bro. Like that shit got mileage.
Well, there was that golden era where we were both going to college and getting FAFSA and working part time.
Right.
And it was like the world was our oyster. We're like,
Dude.
oh, you want to drive up to San Luis Obispo for no fucking reason in
Let's
2
do
days?
it.
Yeah,
We're going to San Diego to hang out with Ty.
easy.
Let's do it.
Yeah, we funded everything. We somehow were always fed, always had like drinks or whatever we wanted.
Yeah.
And
But I think it was a mixture of working part time and still going to school.
yeah. So I mean, that was the golden era. And then now we've been like progressing through like jobs and different occupations and
Right.
stuff, and we both find ourselves in positions now where we're comfortable-ish, right? Like we're not dying. We're not like
Right.
particularly hurting if I get like a $200 fine or ticket
Yeah,
for
it's
whatever
gonna
reason.
suck,
It's gonna
but-
suck, but it's not like I'm gonna be worried if I can like pay all my bills or if
Right.
I can eat or anything like that. And so like the main areas I wanted to dig into was like when you felt like that mindset shift from like, oh, I'm broke and I'm broke because like life isn't fair or I didn't get lucky or I'm being overlooked, to like, oh, I'm broke because I'm not doing shit. And then the second half I want to get into after that is now that we're in the position that we're at where
Right.
we're not hurting as bad, how your view and relationship with money changes, like how much you think about it or how much you think it leads to happiness and all of that stuff. But I mean, we have different stories when it comes to going from our 10 an hour jobs, but
Right.
you can go first. I like your story more.
Where am I starting at? Like, because I'm not starting from the beginning. That'll take too fucking long.
What do you mean beginning?
Of like my story or like my come up or whatever.
I would say probably like once Submachine was taking up a good amount of your time.
Okay. Well, wait, rephrase the first question because I know the second one. Rephrase
Just like the path of how like you were originally in a position where like I said, we were having like the time of our lives, and then we started working a little bit more and we realized we had less time and less money
right
for whatever magic
reason.
ripple effect.
Right.
So when you were in that point, when did you go like, oh shit, I need to lock in.
Oh, okay. Fuck. I honestly couldn't tell you. It just, I guess it just kind of like it's happened one day, and I was like, damn, bro, like, like it's not enough. You know, like you've been to a few shows, but it's not enough. Like, you know, like, so I hate being stagnant. I don't like being complacent. I am guilty of still doing it. I'm not perfect. I still find myself like, you know, oh no, like it's whatever, like yada yada yada. But I'm like, no, like I hate that shit. Like it's against like my fucking fiber of being a fucking human. And then the other part to it is, this is really bad, but I move better under pressure.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I'm the same way. Sadly,
like,
I hate it, but
like it's like, hey, bro, like you don't have to, you know, put yourself all the way against the wall. You don't have to be that big into a hole to work your way out of. Like there's a comfortable middle of you can still make progression, but you can still find that fire and find that drive to get to the next point. But with me, it's all or nothing. It's literally like, nah, you're not struggling hard enough. You need to you need to like feel like the walls closing in on you.
Feel some pain.
That way you can actually like break through that shit. You know, because it's always the breakthrough that feels good, and then you keep going from there. So I guess I'll start from when I joined the military, because that is just when like everything kind of clicked. Prior to that, I was just working part-time jobs here and there, and we live in California. Minimum wage was already at 15, like very early on. You know, we've been at the $15 an hour thing for a while, and at a certain time, that was decent money. That was $500 a week after tax if you worked 40 hours a week. You know, and the cost of living back then wasn't as crazy as it is now.
We didn't know how good we had it.
We had no idea.
We were complaining about cost of living in 2018.
But and I was like, oh, cool, this job pays $16.50. Hell yeah. This job pays $17.25. Hell yeah. And just any small increment change was a win. But it was never permanent. I never held a job down for more than 6 months at a time. And every time I got a new job, I would leave Submachine. Then I would leave my new job after 6 months and go back to Submachine.
Submachine, for people who don't know,
Submachine is a sandwich shop in Lancaster, California. That was my first job. I was 19 years old. I guess I was a sandwich artist. I was a prep cook. I learned how to chop vegetables really good from working there. I honed in my fine knife skills and my microwave skills from working there. If you follow me on Instagram, you've ever seen me cook a meal, it came out the microwave. Kind of.
There we go.
But what year was that? 2021? 2021, I was 24 years old. I had just came to a mutual agreement with an employer that this wasn't going to be a good fit for me. And so we amicably separated.
Mutual breakup.
And prior to this, I was lost. You know, it was COVID. COVID was very rough for me. COVID was not a good time in my life, as it wasn't for many people. And I was just, you know, faking my way through every day and, you know, trying to keep a smile on my face, even though I wasn't how I was feeling. But my mom had wanted me to join the military when I was 18, and she had talked to me about it since I was like 13. And it was the fault of my cousin that we went to high school with, because of Michael. Michael joined the Marine Corps on his 17th birthday.
He was in ROTC. He was about that
shit
from the get-go.
He absolutely was. But even before that, he was in a program called the Young Marines, and it was for like troubled youth who didn't listen to their parents. And he was a badass little kid. So his grandma and grandpa were like, yeah, fuck all that. Like, you're going to the Young Marines. And that was the reason why he became so gung-ho about this shit. And from the time we were like 12 years old, all bro talked about was joining the fucking Marine Corps. And that's just how Marines are. Like, they get fanatical about their shit. Dudes in the Army just naturally aren't like that, but like Marines are, you know. But that's part of their thing is, you know, it is what it is. But I was like, hey, like, your grandpa was in the Army. You know, my dad was in the Air Force, you know, yada, yada, yada. You get benefits, you get a house, you get this, you get that. I was a teenager and I wasn't trying to hear none of that shit.
This shit didn't matter.
It didn't. I was like, okay, like
I don't even know what benefits are.
right.
I'll never own a home. I'm not retiring.
I actually wasn't that cynical yet. I was still pretty naive. I was like, I'll buy a house whenever I want to.
Yeah.
I will not buy a house whenever I want to.
Nope.
There will have to be work put in to get there. But
I need a force majeure to get a 3-bed, 2-bath.
But I told her, I was like, okay, like, listen. And at this point, I think I might have been like 16 or 17 because 17 years old, you can legally join the military with parental consent. And then 18, you can do it by yourself. So on Michael's 17th birthday, his grandparents took him to the recruiter, did all the paperwork, and boom, there he was. For me, I was like, if I ever get to a point in life where I'm not progressing and I'm not doing shit, that I hit rock bottom, you will be the first person I call. I promise you, I will join the military. I knew enough to know that the Marine Corps was for like hardcore motherfuckers or dudes that were crazy and hated themselves. I knew that the Navy, you had to swim. Newsflash, I can't swim. Sue me. The Air Force was okay, like kind of chill, like but
Air Force.
But I'm not gonna lie, like I thought you had to be like a pilot. Like I that's just how
like directly invested into aviation.
yeah,
specifically.
right. I was like, oh, like you got to be a fucking pilot. I'm not gonna be a pilot. I can't do that shit. And then there was the Army, which I was okay. The Army's the biggest branch. They probably have a bunch of jobs. And then me being as lazy and not dedicated as I am, I was like, I'm doing this shit part time. I'm gonna join the National Guard.
No, dude, the smart decision.
And so I went on the website and I name, email, phone number.
I remember also you had a conversation with Blake, right? That,
Oh
like,
yeah.
Shifted.
Absolutely,
some things.
absolutely. Caleb's cousin Blake. We had was it Easter? It was one of the family holidays that we go over there for. But yeah, I had a very insightful conversation with him just about like life in general and things that would help me in my future. And you know, I'm still young. I can still do it. Like, don't limit myself. And he gave me some pretty solid advice. And that solid advice led me to joining the military. So shout out to cousin Blake for that conversation because it changed my life for real. But I left this job and I'm like, damn, bro, this is shitty. Like, what the fuck am I going to do now? Well, my phone starts ringing. My pocket starts vibrating. And it was my Army recruiter. And a divine power intervened. I had a divine intervention moment to where something bad just happened. And then immediately after, something great was about to happen. And I literally, I feel like I was in a fucking movie. I looked up and I was like, you son of a bitch.
You son of a bitch.
You got me. And I answered the phone. It was my Army recruiter. I took the practice test, took the ASVAB. 8 days. From the time he called me to the time I was sworn in, it took 8 days.
I remember, where were we at? Were we at
Denny's. Me, you, and Danielle.
Yeah, me and Danny, you were like, we got to sit down and eat. I got something I got to tell y'all. And I was like, oh my God, what the fuck did you do? And then you sit down and you toss the Army hat.
No, it was a mask.
Oh, that's right. It was a mask. God, fuck COVID.
It was a COVID mask.
I'm rewriting history. Oh, God. Yeah, you toss the Army mask on the table. And I was like, you got a mask?
I was like, read it,
yeah,
jackass.
Yeah. Well, I hadn't even considered that.
Yeah.
And then you were like, yeah, I'm joining the Army. And I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
I was like, you ain't 18, bro.
Oh, that.
You ain't got to do all this, huh?
Oh, no, that's basically how it is. Like, the moment you hit 21, it's like, oh, you're old.
Yeah.
18 through 20.
Kicking your feet. I'm big bro. I'm not Unc.
I literally just got done explaining that to those fools in Utah for the last 3 weeks. They kept calling me Unc. I was like, I will beat everybody ass in here, bro. Don't talk to me like that. But yeah, like at the moment, like you're over 20, it's like, oh, you're old. And then you actually do meet because the cap on paper is 34 with a waiver. And anything older than 34, you 100% need a waiver. But I have met a handful of people that joined in their mid-30s.
That's crazy.
And they were able to get through their training and do everything. And, 20 years later, here they are in positions of authority and in charge of people and everything. So I'm not saying everyone needs to fucking do it, but I'm saying if you thought about it and you're like a little bit older, don't limit yourself. It's all a mindset thing. Like I've met dudes who joined at 35 and now they're 55 and they have 5 years left before they retire. And they're going to have the full,
scope,
enthralled benefit package of being in the military service for that long. But yeah, so I somewhere around the age of 24, I was like, yeah, this ain't enough. Like, you need to do something else. And us being from Lancaster, us being in the AV, the biggest 3 job markets out here are law enforcement, the medical field, specifically as a nurse, or aerospace. All of our friends' parents were either sheriffs, nurses, or aerospace workers, whether they were an hourly electrician or like structures mechanic or some type of engineer or program manager. And so I just knew if I want to make money and be successful, I need to do one of those things. Well, I wasn't like too thrilled about working in law enforcement. That's not an easy job. I don't think that's a job that anyone can do or should do. I think you have to be a specific type of person who
with a specific like mission and mindset and purpose to life.
Right. Because I mean, I know people hate the police, but I have police in my family, and I have a bunch of buddies and friends from high school who work for the sheriff's department in California.
A ton of friends.
And they are all some of the best people I know. And, people take that how you will, but they have the right mindset. They have the right attitude about it. And they genuinely are, good people who are doing the right thing every day.
Yeah. It's most of the time you do get similar bell curve demographics no matter where you look.
Right.
And most of the time, even if you're looking at the police, like most of them are just like your friends, your family,
absolutely,
who picked this job for one reason or the other,
right,
and don't make any noise, don't make it a big deal.
They just go to work every day.
They go to work, clock in, come home.
Right.
They live, and they do an entire career, and they're ethical and moral the entire way through.
Right.
And it's just, those are the ones that are quiet, and you'll never have an article written about.
Absolutely. And then I have a bunch of friends. I have so many friends who are nurses.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to all my homegirls who are nurses. Y'all make life look so much fun because y'all got so much money. Shout out to that 16-hour double shift that you worked. Chloe Lynette, I'm looking at you. Angela, I'm looking at you.
Bunch of RNs.
I need an RN. I'm an RN. You're a registered nurse. I'm a real nigga. No, I'm one of the registered nurse. I'm crying. And then last but not least, aerospace. Caleb and I were very fortunate enough to coach Little League baseball together for many years. And I can't tell you how many, like literally that, being a Little League coach is where those 3 career fields diverged the heaviest. Yeah. Husband, sheriff, husband, aerospace worker, wife, nurse. Wife, sheriff,
yeah,
husband, nurse, husband, aerospace worker. You take those 3 you flop it. And
mix it all
And
together.
then
you get a Little League.
And now you have West Lancaster Little League at Monte Vista and Parkview. And so I was like, hey, like these are people that are older than me, are successful, their kids are doing good, they're doing good, and this is where they work at. They work at Northrop Grumman, they work at Boeing, they work at Lockheed Martin, they work at Edwards Air Force Base. So I was like, how do I get there? What can I do to put myself there? We both work there. We both took we took like the exact opposite path just to meet up in the same place again.
Yeah. It's cool to be around an environment that we're lucky to live in a place where that environment is boring.
Right.
A lot of other places can't say the same thing. Like their main thing is like the local coal mine or like the textiles factory.
Somewhere harsh.
Yeah. Not the best.
Someplace that's gonna shorten your lifespan by 15 years because of all the harsh conditions that you worked in and everything. But yeah, so joining the military, I enlisted as a aircraft electrician because I was like, okay, what does Northrop build? They built planes. What do planes have? They have wires. Learn how to work on plane wires.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been there for the last, in the industry for the last 4 years coming up.
So much of it really is like, I think there's a huge barrier for a lot of people because they don't even know what skills they need to learn to be seen as valuable by a corporation that's going to pay well.
Right.
And so like, learning that like, oh, maybe I should learn wires that deal with like avionics or whatever,
Right.
Where do you even start? Like if you don't have the Army or any military branch to teach you that, like you got to find some weird niche small subcontractor company that has a very specific role and teaches
a school like AVC
Mm-hmm.
that now has a dedicated program because of those companies.
Right.
Because we went to COC together for a year, and I was doing business management for human resources because I was like, well, every company ever has a human resources department.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll always be employed.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I'm not really fucking with that. So then I left, came to AVC, and enrolled in an electrical technology program, which was like my first introduction to like learning how to wire things and have a hands-on skill. And I didn't use it for a while. I ended up using it like a few years later during COVID. That was one of my jobs I had, I was an electrician. But yeah, like you said, like if you don't have the military, it's like I'm just gonna wake up and just find a job that's gonna teach me that. No, and some people get lucky. I have plenty of coworkers who that's exactly what happened. They happened to just apply for a place and then they got taught everything they know.
Yeah.
At this small like mom and pop little subcontractor that makes one specific part for a space satellite, and that one part costs $80,000. And they worked on that for 5 years and they got really fucking good at it, and they took their skill set to a bigger company and made more money. So
yeah, and also like I don't know, you're in a different position than I am,
right?
In terms of how you got to where you're at, because I also have never gotten a job where I didn't know someone inside.
Oh, right, absolutely.
Like I've had 3 jobs my entire life, and one of them, my first one, was part-time at a pool shop.
Right.
And each time I had someone approach me if I wanted to work there.
Right.
And was like, yes. And then it was like, okay, well, you got to go through the normal hoops and you still got to be like one of the better candidates. But like
the opportunity was there though.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, they were hiring. And, like, I mean, we've tried to pull our friends into the industry before, and it's not easy. Like,
yeah, it's fucking hard.
Yeah,
so far I'm like one for however many. I don't know how many people I've actually recommended.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a handful, but I've gotten one in. It was Sean.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And he still works there.
Yeah. So it's a combination of things. Like you need to like one of the skills that every business uses is social skills, and so if you can hone in on those,
absolutely,
and network your way around town, you'll be in a pretty solid position. Funny enough, it's a bit of a tangent, but I was talking to Dylan a few months ago, and exploring the idea, and I might have talked to you about this before too. But exploring the idea of how long would it take for you to reach a comparable level of like social integration that you're at here in a completely new city if you made it your like mission to be as socially integrated as possible. Because I know that a lot of people move out to like Palmdale, Lancaster area, and one of their biggest struggles is finding friends,
right,
and like getting that social group together and having your people. And I thought about, because we've had friends that like moved to like downtown LA or to Chicago or to
Texas,
Florida, New York, and they go through like a very long period of like social isolation essentially. And so I was exploring the idea of like, let's say you moved to a new city and you wanted to be mayor like as quickly as possible, right? You ain't gonna be mayor just because you have good ideas. Like you're gonna be mayor because
you're popular and people know who you are.
All the local shops know you.
Right.
All the people who run the businesses know you and like you.
Right.
You're a regular, like you're respectful, all of this stuff. You volunteer in your community. And so when you treat it that way, where it's like, let's say, we had to move, and it doesn't have to particularly be like a large city like San Francisco, but if you move to a city nonetheless, and you're like, I want to be socially valued here, I want to be a part of this.
Right.
It's a fun experiment to think about, because like I've been out here my entire life, and you've been out here for
half my life.
Yeah, a good majority
since I was 14.
Yeah.
And I turned 28 this year. So
Wow. Yeah. Holy shit.
Next year I will have been out here longer than I live in LA. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. That's weird.
Yeah.
And we've gotten a good level of integration out here. Like,
right.
But that's because we coached Little League for me, it was 3 years. For you, it was like 6.
It was 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
it was from, or is that math right? What year did we start? 16?
We were 19 years old.
So 2016?
Yes.
Okay. 6 years in, yeah. So
Yeah.
double.
Yeah, because I did when we did
2 years
majors
of majors
twice and then juniors.
Yes.
And then you did farm.
The same year that
we did juniors.
That we started juniors. I did farm, then minors, then majors consecutively, and I kept the same team for all those years, bro. Oh my god, they were
dogs.
But yeah, so 6 years.
So we did that. We have a ton of friends that we've met and made through that alone,
right?
Let alone the jobs that we've had out here, let alone the like local spots that we would regular or whatever, whether it be like Boots and Buckle
or Schooners,
or wherever you're going.
Right.
Going to high school out here, of course, is naturally always a big help. But
yeah, I got people who are like, "Hey," I'm like, "Hi, how are you?" Good. How are you?
Who are you? How are you?
Like there was one night, I think it might have been St. Patrick's Day last year. Some dude walked up to me and was like, "Yo, Joe Bond." I was like, "Oh,
full government name.
First and last name in public is crazy. Who are you?" I said, he was like, "Are you Joe Bond?" I went, "It depends who's asking." He goes, "Oh, no, like that. Like we went to high school together." I'm like, "Oh, like nice to see you again. Like how you been?" I'm like, "Don't." What did T.I. say? "You might see me in the street, but shawty, you don't know me. Okay? You do not." I'm using my full first and last name like that. I don't know you, partner. That shit crazy. But yeah, like going to high school out here, people know who we are.
But also, like when you think about the people that we hung out with in high school, like the majority of them moved away.
Absolutely.
Like a ton of them.
Are gone.
Scattered. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking Kat's in Texas. I don't even know that.
Catherine moved to Texas.
She lives in Texas.
Catherine, what the fuck?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, and so
hell yeah. Shout out to Kat. I love you, Kat.
People are all over the place now.
Yeah.
But
when did she move to fucking Texas?
Like a couple months ago, I think.
Oh, that's recent.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Kat.
Yeah. Yeah, and so I just think about like, okay, what do we just like had to move to like some city in Florida or some city in
but like
Oregon or whatever.
Knowing us, we're gonna run into somebody we know. We went out to LA one night and we're at some random ass bar, and we're there from a friend that we went to college with. It was her birthday, right? I think it was her birthday. Was it her birthday? Jem's birthday?
Yeah.
We went to a bonfire and we went to a random fucking bar in LA. Why did we know the band performing at that bar?
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
We're literally front row at this bar. This band's performing, and we look at the singer of the band. He goes, while he's singing, he goes, "Hey yo, what the fuck?" Knowing us, it doesn't matter where we go. We are gonna fuck around and meet one person.
When we went out in Ventura, and we ran into Chuchi.
Yep.
And he's a local out there.
Right.
Or also like I went to Yosemite.
Mm-hmm.
And during that trip went to Subway in why can't I think of the city, the town that we used to have the place we stayed at?
Oakhurst.
Went to Subway at Oakhurst.
You saw your cousin?
Not even my cousin. The dude running the register was like, "You went to Lancaster?" And I was like,
out of here.
"High school?" And he was like, "Yeah."
That's crazy.
And I was like, looking for cameras.
I'm looking for Ashton Kutcher.
I'm in Oakhurst, California, like 5.5 hours away.
Right.
And I'm like, "Yeah." And he goes, "Yeah, man, I went there too." And I was like, "For sure, dude." Yeah, anyways, I'm going to get the jalapeno cheddar bread.
Put the cookies
in the bag.
Put the cranberry cheesecake cookies in the bag, bro.
But yeah, like weird
That's
shit.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Taking out the account that maybe we'll run into someone that we know. I think it'd be a really fun experiment to run. Like, what clubs would you join? What sports teams would you get involved in? Like, you get to the local softball league, and you're already like integrated with a good chunk of people.
So like, because when he first asked it, I was like, "Oh, it's gonna take me a few hours," just to like make friends and get like a social group, it would take me a few hours. But when you said how long it would take you to be mayor, it might take me a year. Because like I just spent the last 3 weeks in Salt Lake City, Utah. I was there for 22 days, and we went out and just talked to people. I'm like, oh, you seem like a cool person. Like, you seem normal, and everything. Like, I could probably grab a beer with you. And that's all it takes for me to just have a social environment is just, can I grab a drink with you?
Right.
Like, we don't need to, yada, yada, yada. But
Ooh, another thing for people who perhaps are struggling or just want more friends, learn sports.
yeah.
Learn how
to throw a softball.
Well, not even. I'm even talking about playing. I'm talking about like learn what's going on in the NFL, learn what's going on in the NBA. Learn what's going on in the
you need to
MLB.
fucking learn how to play. I need a receiver for my flag football league. Okay, I need an outfielder for my softball team.
I need a point guard.
I need a point guard for my basketball team, and you're up. Your number's being called. What are you gonna do about it? No one believes in you.
You go hit that free throw.
You're gonna make that free throw. Absolutely. Like get kind of get involved with it, like have fun with it. We used to do fantasy baseball, and then that shit just got exhausting.
Yeah,
and we stopped doing it. Unfortunately, I do fantasy football, and I fucking suck because I don't keep up with my team every week.
Yeah, like if you can get into like, I know a lot of people. I think there's this dichotomy of like this thing is boring because it's not fun.
Right, but it depends on who you're doing it with.
Yeah, but it's also like boring because you don't know anything about it.
Right.
So naturally it's not going to be fun. And it's very rare and honest most of the time, either luck or no good reason why certain things just naturally are fun as a complete rookie or with no knowledge on it. So most of the time you're going to not have a natural interest in things that you normally would have a huge interest in. So people are like, oh, I don't watch football because it's boring. All you need is like that one player that's super exciting to you out of however many hundreds are in the league, or that one team that has the story that you resonate with. And even if it's not that exciting at first, once you get a few games under your belt and you're starting to understand the culture and like who the coach is.
Going to a live game also changes your perspective on it. Like going to a live, like I went to my first hockey game in January. Go Kings go.
Mm-hmm.
Like hockey fucks.
Yeah. I've yet to go to one, but I hear it's
dope.
An experience.
We'll go.
Yeah.
We'll go.
But yeah, and just doing that alone, like if you watch just NFL, you already have something to talk about with like 60% of your coworkers.
Right.
Or at least 60% of the people at the bar that you're at.
Right.
And I know there's stereotypes for a lot of people about like how certain sports fans are and stuff. That's again, it's the loud minority. Like most sports fans are just like, this is my like personal pleasure. This is my fun thing that I do.
Not football and not soccer. Basketball, yes. Baseball to a certain extent, unless you're a Dodger or Yankee fan, because they only focus on their two teams.
Yeah.
If you meet a Seattle Mariners fan, they'll be chill.
Yeah.
Hockey, for the most part, so far my experience, people are fanatic about their hockey teams, but they're not gonna like punch you in the face.
Well, that's what I mean is like,
but like football and soccer, that is church. There's a reason why like Sunday football is like as big as it is because like you will die for that team. You will die for that franchise. You will jump in front of a bullet for your quarterback. Patrick LeVon Mahomes II, you so tough, bro. You can pass, you can scramble, you can get out the pocket if it collapses around you. You can throw with your offhand. I don't even have a question. You're just so tough, bro. People are crazy about their fucking football. Like,
I agree, and I think that's a bonus. What I'm saying is like people are worried that someone's going to be rude to them or a douchebag if they're trying to get into the sport.
Oh,
like so like
if you pick the wrong team, absolutely.
Well, yeah, but that's other fans of other teams.
Right,
like if like for instance, perfect example, Cowboy fan, right? If you're going to join and you're going to be a Cowboys fan, good luck to you.
You better die about them Cowboys.
But what I'm saying is like other Cowboys fans
are going to welcome you with open arms.
Yes, you are now a part of the tribe.
Yeah.
And you're not going to worry about someone being rude or disrespectful to you within your own circle.
Absolutely.
Because if someone is being like rude or disrespectful to like the newbie, everyone else is going to turn on them.
Absolutely.
And be like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah.
And so I know a lot of people have certain like hesitancies or worries about like getting into football, for instance,
Right.
because of how they'll be treated by seasoned football fans or just football fans in general.
Right.
And most of the time, your team and your fellow fans are going to be like, you're one of us.
Right.
You're coming under our wing. And that's why people like to pick local teams.
Right.
I don't, because I hate myself.
Yeah. I like people who talk shit and they're like, why are you a Kansas City Chiefs fan? Are you familiar with Marcus Allen? They go, yeah. I'm like, he's a family friend. Him and my dad grew up together. They go, oh, fuck, I can't argue against that.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you a Brewer fan? My dad's from Milwaukee. Well, fuck, I can't argue with that either.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you a Clipper fan? I got free tickets to Clipper games as a little kid. I've been to more Clipper games than any other professional sports team in my life.
But Clippers are local.
They are,
Yeah,
but it's not,
they get treated like they're not.
They are the other LA team.
Yeah.
Because I before I was a Clipper fan, that was just circumstance. Oh, we know one of the players on the team and his brother. His brother's like, well, they suck. I'm not going to all these games. Here, Big Joe, Little Joe, here are these tickets. Go to the game. You know, same thing with the Sparks. I was forced to go to Sparks games. I don't want to go to a fucking WNBA game when I was 5 years old. I've been to a shit ton of Sparks games in my life. I'm pretty sure I watched them win championships when I was a little kid. Right? I've been to 3 Laker games in my life, and I was a small child for all of those games. But I got to sit behind the bench, and I got to bug the players, and I got to talk to Kobe Bryant when I was a little kid. You know, and I got to bug Shaquille O'Neal and Derek Fisher and Robert Horry and Rick Fox, like, and all those guys, fucking legends.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but my entire room growing up was all Lakers, and Kobe Bryant is my favorite fucking player ever. You know, so, like, growing up, I was a Laker fan, and then I was like, okay, well, I can't just ignore the Clippers. Like, I've been to more games, and I like Elton Brand, I like Chris Kaman, I like Corey Maggette, I like Quentin Richardson, you know, I like Quintino Mobley. You know, and then we got Lob City, and I was like, "Oh hell yeah, I've been a fucking Clipper fan." y'all wasn't watching Elton Brand, bro.
Y'all wasn't watching Elton Brand.
You know, so, but yeah, absolutely, yeah, I agree with you. You know, once you find your team, 9 times out of 10, those fans are like, "Oh yeah, welcome to the Bills Mafia," right? Or you know, who they, you know, you're a Bengals fan now, or you know, welcome to Chiefs Kingdom. You know, you're gonna get tested a little bit because everyone hates the Chiefs and be like, oh, you're a fucking bandwagon, yada yada yada. If you want to,
yes,
if you want to,
I am
double down on it. Okay,
I like winning. You clearly don't.
If you really want to be a team fan, just do a little history research. It doesn't take that long.
I'm sure every team has some sort of documentary.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you can go on like websites and you could find out who legends are on your team. You know, like if you're a Chiefs fan, you better know who Len Dawson is. You know, you better know who Jamal Charles is. You better know that Alex Smith was the quarterback before Pat Mahomes. you gotta know basic shit. You gotta know that they were ass. They were terrible. Okay, for a long ass time.
But kind of reeling it back a little
absolutely.
To the original topic, is there, so we could be straightforward, right? If we're out on the town, out in another town,
right,
doing whatever, having our fun, whether it's just us two or a group of friends or whatnot, we feel comfortable enough that we are in our element for the most part,
right?
Depending on the day, you know,
yeah.
some even some days when some bad shit happens, you can kind of turn it off. Outside of the old like base level social skills that everyone is born with, that ranges clearly. What do you feel like are things that like you do that are like a formula or like bread and butter where you're like, this is why I go out and you leave me alone for 5 minutes and you come back and I've made new friends?
You actually point this out to me one night. We were leaving the bar probably the next day, but you had told me, hey, I just noticed something that you did and I'm going to start doing it.
Yeah.
Whenever I meet new people, this is just normal social skills, but I make eye contact and I extend my hand for a handshake or some type of dap up or whatever, but I repeat their name back to them, and that helps me remember their name, because especially if you're a mutual friend and I know this is going to be my first interaction with you and I know I'm going to see you again, I kind of want to remember your name. I don't want to be like, oh, hey man,
there's my guy,
you know, because I do that with people who I'm like, I'm never going to see you again. I'm like, fuck, it's that dude from that one time.
Yeah.
And then, but those interactions kind of don't last more than a couple seconds anyway, so I'm going to continue to do that. But if I know I'm going to repeatedly see you again and I want to make a point to remember your name, especially for like the next 2 hours, that we're speaking to each other, I'm gonna say your name as often as I can without making it weird or noticeable.
Yeah.
That I'm trying to remember your name.
Yeah, because there is a line where like you're being weird or it's kind of annoying,
Right.
like where someone's like, okay, man,
Yeah, like
you're wearing it out.
Yeah, I get it. So if we first meet, hey, I'm Joel. Hey, I'm Mike. Hey, Mike, nice to meet you, man. How you doing?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, and then half an hour later, hey, Mike, you need a drink? Does anyone need a drink? Mike, are you good?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I want a Coors. I got you.
Yeah, or you'll be telling a story and you'll like be telling it to like multiple people,
Right.
And you'll be like, and this is the kicker, Mike, and like looking over at him directly, and he's locked in, he's engaged, and it works, dude. I watch people, like. I watch you do that, and you're like, all right, I gotta go take a piss, and you walk away, and then they're like, I like that guy. Something about him.
So, but yeah, that's I make an effort to remember people's names or like to make people comfortable, especially if we're in a social environment. You don't want to be uncomfortable around people,
right?
And especially like you don't want to be weird or anything. And we're nice people, we're nice guys, we're chill guys, So if you're hanging out with us, I want you to, while you're there, if it's for 5 minutes, I want that to be the best 5 minutes of your entire fucking night.
Yeah,
if it's for 5 hours, you're not prepared to hang out with me for 5 hours. I'll tell you that right fucking now. But if you are, we're gonna make sure that you're included, you're comfortable, and you're having a good fucking time.
Yeah, you're taken care of. I think one of the things that I try to do the most, and I feel like is universally like just an easy tactic, I guess, is like I always try to be like smiling super hard at people or like cheesing. Like even if you're not doing it right off bat, like I will meet a cold, stale face with like my best smile. And obviously like we're not going psycho. I'm not showing my bottom row teeth.
Smiling like Jack Nicholson when he played the Joker.
Yeah.
Oh no, not the Joker. That was when he played Harvey Dent. He was Two-Face, not Joker.
Yes. But wait, yeah, I'll
Oh no, he did play Joker. Not Robert De Niro. What's that motherfucker's name? I'm sorry. This is gonna bother me. I apologize. Because Jack Nicholson did play Joker. Big Batman guy.
But I'm not afraid to meet someone who has a like cold aura or atmosphere about them,
right,
with a warm smile. And most of the time, even if it's not the first time either, like even if they're still trying to act stoic, they're still trying to act to themselves or whatnot, I'll keep greeting them in that way. Walk up.
Let me aura farm. Holy shit. God forbid, bro, pull up and...
Not around all cheerful. And put my arm around you. You're going to roll your eyes and come here.
God forbid I try to mog everybody.
Mog?
Holy shit.
But yeah, and usually it goes like one of three ways, right? Obviously, there's always the possibility that this person just, for whatever reason, is a sourpuss and they don't want, they don't want nothing to do with me.
Like, okay, I'm gonna leave it.
Yeah, they're being a hater, and that's
right.
Cool. Or two, they eventually warm up throughout the night, and then by the end of the night, they're like, I'm not like this around most people, but you're cool, like blah blah. I'm like, yeah, man, it's because I'm not like weird. Like
right.
I'm purposefully trying to make you feel comfortable and welcome. Or this is one of my favorite outcomes is they don't change at all throughout the night. And then I hear from their friend or like their girlfriend or their brother or whatever later. They're like, he loved that night. Like he had so much fun. He didn't know how to express it or didn't like feel comfortable.
He's been talking about it for the last week.
Yeah. Like as soon as he gets like in a private setting around like his people, then it's like the feedback comes out and they actually enjoyed themselves the entire time.
Right.
And you could kind of like pick up on when that's happening. Like even if those people aren't like matching your energy, like they'll smile with their eyes and I'm like, okay, like you're
having fun.
You're having fun. Like,
right.
and I'll point it out and I'll make you like blush. I'll be like, hey, you having a good time over there. Calm down.
I see you over there, party animal.
They got their hands in their pockets or against the wall. I'm like, calm down.
Yeah. Hey, you're having too much fun over there.
You're doing way too much, dude. My girl's here. Chill out.
Hey, dude, relax, man. Shit. All right. That's funny.
Yeah, it's great. And that also, I don't know, it acts as a really good filter socially because if that doesn't win people over, I'm not trying to be around them.
Right.
Like if you want me to act like Andrew Tate the entire time and just have sunglasses on in the club with my arms crossed, like I don't want to hang out around you. Like you ain't gonna be a good time because I'm trying to get down there. I'm trying to get in the pit. Like,
I don't know. I've done that before. It's kind of a vibe.
Right. but done that before versus incapable of doing anything else. Yeah, you do that until the right song come on, and then you can't stop your shoulder. Yeah, and so I don't know. Like it's just
shit.
Yeah,
I gotta break character for the next minute and a half. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so I think it acts as a great filter. I know a lot of people are really worried about the fear of someone not liking them.
Right.
But you need to look forward to the wrong people not liking you.
Right.
I love my haters. Like they
shout out to the
fuel
haters.
me.
Great call by the haters.
Great call by the haters. The haters were right.
The haters were right.
But like it is almost an equivalent ego boost to when you get someone coming around and being like, I think you're great. You're awesome. We get along well. Let's hang out more. And then the opposite side of that coin, which is my friend hates you. And I'm like, good. Like he probably.
Fuck your friend.
Yeah, 100%.
That was aggressive.
And like, I can tell why he hates me. Yeah. And it's not because I did anything wrong. It's because I'm reminding him of himself in ways that he's not comfortable with. And he wants to take that out on me. I'm like, go for it, bro. As long as you ain't going to ruin my night or like throw a punch, then we're good. Like you can hate from a distance as much as you want.
A punch is crazy. I have a gun.
I will throw a prison sentence.
Yeah. We're not fighting. I don't have time for that. You're going to get shot.
Yeah, I mean, we've been in situations. Thankfully, nothing has popped off like
right.
We either get lucky or handle de-escalation fairly well. But we've been in situations where shit has got close.
Bro,
temperatures have gotten hot.
Bro, almost beat the dog shit out of that dude that night at the bar, bro. Oh my God. I hate thinking about that because I'm not that person.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, like, I don't stop flashing my smile during those moments. So like some dude's like, what's so fucking funny? I'm like,
yeah, I didn't smile for like an hour. I was pissed off for like the whole night. I was so fucking angry.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone was like, you good, bro? No, I'm not good. I'm going to kill that dude over there. I'm going to beat. Ooh.
We had another night. I can't remember if you were out that night. It was like, fuck, us, Dalton,
It was the
Joe.
girls.
Yeah, the girls.
Wait. You talking about Chloe and her girls or?
Yeah. That night.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I remember that.
Yeah. Or is that what you were originally talking about?
No, I was talking about
the other dude, from Twitter.
Yeah,
bitch
ass boy.
Yeah, I know. But the night when we were out with the girls.
Yeah, and Dalton. That was Dalton. Bro, like Dalton was pissed.
Well, Joe, Dalton, all of them. They were like taking their watches off, and taking their rings off, and I'm like, guys, please.
And I'm like, I'm sitting there like, fuck it, let's get it cracking. Who we?
The girls are talking shit. I'm picking them up, walking away. He's like, hey, take control of your girl. First of all, she's not my girl. Second of all,
shut up.
But yeah, and and that's the thing. Like, I'm always going for de-escalation, like every fucking time. I'm not trying to ruin the life that I've built for myself, over your emotions.
Absolutely.
Like you're petty shit. Yeah. And so, but you know, it is what it is. It's a really good filter. Like it is weird to say that like being likable or being charismatic is going to get people who hate you. Like off rip, don't know you, never met you. And I also take great pride in winning those people over, killing them with kindness.
Right.
And like being like, I'll buy you a drink. Like because very rarely are people actually the way that they say they are. They're like, oh, it's on site. Oh, as soon as I see you, we running it. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah, that's me.
But that's not how people are. Like, because I've had people who have said that to me, and then we show up in the same space in public, and not only do they like not do
that's
shit.
because they know I'm there.
Fair.
Y'all know what it is. Oh shit, K-Tub's not alone. J-Bond's with them. Now I gotta act right. You do gotta act right, nigga. Because you wasn't gonna get a punch off anyway.
But also, they'll act like they don't know me.
Right.
Like, so I'll be around them and the best environments are when someone introduces me to them. Like, oh, you got to meet my friend Caleb. Oh, nice to meet you. What's your name again? Right? You know what I'm talking about. And I love winning those people over where I'm like, you want a drink, man? I could buy you a drink right now. Let's hang out. What do you do?
Hey, shot on me. Who wants a shot?
Yeah, you look like you need a shot, like, and everything. Knowing that damn well the whole time I got a catalog of all the shit that you said to me because people tell me.
Oh yeah.
Like you think they don't talk, but they tell me.
Oh yeah. They tell us everything.
Yeah, too much.
I think we should know less about each other.
I would prefer to know less.
I would like to know significantly less than what I currently do about you.
Yeah, but it's just, I don't know. It's the most fun tactic. Because what are you going to do? Turn down my beer and then hate on me? Like,
Yeah.
great job, bro.
Yeah. Congrats.
Huz is terrified. You're not winning anyone over with that.
Congratulations. You played yourself.
Yeah, and I don't know. I'm just like not the type of person to fight. Like,
I'll beat somebody's ass.
Let's think, like, I could die, you could die, he, she, we could die. Like, one wrong punch, back of the head hits the concrete. I'm a vegetable.
Right.
I'm not about that,
I'll
bro.
catch you, though.
In the slow-mo trust fall.
There is not a mountain high enough. There is not a river wide enough. There is not a valley low enough to keep me from getting to you.
To keep these hands.
To keep these hands from staying off of you.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm not particularly a fighter.
We also had just too many homies for us. Like that night, I
Yeah.
got to fucking crash out the bar. There legit were 30 dudes around me who were like, "Hey, we got you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't worry about it." And half of those fools were big as shit.
Yeah.
It was Joe, it was Ray, it was Billy.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was a bunch of just big ass dudes around me, and everyone was like, "Hey, you good?" Like I heard, I was like, "No," I was like, "I'm gonna fuck that dude. He's standing right there.
Yeah.
It's that motherfucker right there." And everybody's like, "Let's go get him." I'm like, "Nah, we inside still. I ain't checking nobody kicked out."
Well, yeah. Then a few of them, I won't put names, but a few of them went and pressed him.
They did.
Hey man, we heard you were talking shit. We heard there's a problem.
Yeah.
No.
Nah, ain't no problem. Right. You get the Monstars in front of you. All of a sudden, you wasn't talking shit on the internet.
800 pounds of man. Yeah.
You got a couple of dudes 6'4" and up.
Yeah.
260 apiece in your
Terrified.
face. Now all of a sudden, shit. That's okay.
Yeah, but I don't know,
right.
and that's cool. Like, I think it's the best way to operate, where it's like you don't ever have to. Like, I'll never be the one to escalate shit.
Right.
Like, I got my shit on.
Don't even trip. Me and Dalton got you.
I don't want anyone to escalate shit.
Too late. Me and Dalton already got it handled. Dalton in the cut. That's a scary sight. Dalton on the cut. That's a scary sight.
But like, yeah, I mean, but of course the thing is, like, you can't be a bitch. Like, if shit is gonna happen and go down, like, you have to be able to defend yourself.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Defend your loved ones. Defend the people that you invited out.
Absolutely.
But thankfully, we've just either been greater in numbers or in size every time to be in a position where, or just people haven't been stupid enough,
Right.
where we haven't had to go there.
Right.
And yeah, like, I don't know. I prefer, like, flashing a smile, having a good time, not worrying about it. If you don't like me because of it, then, like, makes my life easier.
Yeah, someone's getting flashed. I have a gun. I have a gun.
I'm scary. I got a gun in this bitch.
Scary. I got a gun in this bitch. People are gonna watch this like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
That one dude who listened to Baby Keem, like,
some of my friends listening to this and watching this, thank you. Like, shut the fuck up, bro.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's just, and it also, like, curates an environment. Like, because if we were the type to escalate shit or cause problems or, like, be the first to throw a punch, arguably the majority of our current friends wouldn't fuck with us.
Yeah, no, they probably wouldn't hang out with us.
They
Go,
would not
those dudes are
come
drama.
around. Yeah.
All they do is start fights
100%.
when they're drunk.
They get angry when they drink.
Yeah, because no one likes being around those dudes. And those type of people, you can't kick it with me.
Yeah.
You can't come to my crib. If I like, you could still be like a cool person, but if I know if you get to that point and you do it often, you have a way like lower chance of kicking it, or
I will invite you maybe bowling one time a year.
Right.
Maybe.
But you're not coming, especially to something like
you're not coming over.
Right, my place of sleep.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. No, and that's the thing is, like, we hear people who come from friend groups that have those men in them.
Right.
And they come around us and they're like, "Oh, I don't want to hang out with them anymore because when you guys drink, it's just a good time
normal.
or people go to sleep."
Right.
Like, but it's not.
There's no bullshit attached to it. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I think we got a good formula going.
Yeah. What was your second question?
Damn, we got kind of a little off.
It's okay.
Off topic. With like money and shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. We'll reel it back. Quick little pivot.
We're gonna edit 45 minutes of that out, by the way.
It is when it comes to your relationship with money,
Right.
how has viewing it changed, and how do you like view the correlation with money and happiness?
Okay, so first question. I am human, and I still struggle with that shit all the time because it's like growing up poor should have made me realize, okay, like hold on to it a little bit longer, but it's also like, well, you got it, spend it, and there is a healthy balance, and I have been phenomenally better with that balance because I'm in charge of utilities at home. So I have to make sure that I have utility money at the bare minimum. I could not have a single penny to my name. But as long as I know that the lights are going to be paid, the water will be paid,
And the gas will be on.
and the gas will be on, then that's what's important. That's okay. And then yada, yada, yada. As long as I'm employed, I'm going to continue to get money. I just can't spend it faster than I make it. So like that's the balance of you work hard for your shit. If you want to spend it, spend it. If you have a certain goal you're trying to meet, make sure you're doing the things that are going to get you to that goal. If you know you want to pay off a credit card, well, then set a certain amount of money, 25 a week, 50 a week, toward that credit card. And then in 6 weeks, it'll be paid off, X, Y, and Z. So I think as long as people are maintaining a balance in what they're doing, and as long as you're not spending it faster than you make it, do what you want, because it comes to a point of where, okay, well, I'm only 27. I turned 28 this year. I have the rest of my life to do X, Y, and Z, to build my retirement, to have my investment accounts. But it's also like I could die on my way to work today, and I have no idea, and I can't take the money I have in my bank account with me. So finding that balance of any moment could be my last, and I have the rest of my life to figure this shit out is, also hard because I know people who operate on both ends of those spectrums. I could be gone today. I probably won't wake up tomorrow, or no, I'll worry about that when I'm 80. Assuming that I'll make it to 80 years old. As far as money correlating to happiness, I'm a very shallow motherfucker. You are damn right. The more money I have in my bank account, the happier I am. Okay. I think there was a Barney song. The more we stick together, the happier we'll be. The more zeros in my bank account, the happier I'll be. I am that motherfucker. Doing what I want is what makes me happy, and money is how I'm able to do what I want.
You also,
ergo, money makes me happy.
But you're also the person that like funds the events,
Right?
Where it's like you're not just doing
that's
this
my
shit.
high. That's my vice.
Yeah, like you're not doing the shit where you're like, oh, like I'm getting my like car detailed for like the second time this month, or I'm going and buying like my 20th pair of shoes like within the last couple months. You're like, oh, I'm inviting all of my friends over to the same space, and then I'm going to buy the food, the kegs, like the party favors, whatever. If someone needs something extra, I'm going to go get it. And I just want to make sure that everyone's having a good time.
Yeah, that's my serotonin boost.
And I feel like that.
It's an expensive fucking habit. I don't recommend it, but
bro,
it's nice to be able to do it when I can't do
it.
Going to Vegas, picking up the dinner tab, the bar tab.
Right.
That kind of thing.
Yeah, and so like that is both A, like a fulfilling way of spending money, but B, also like there is no limit to that tab. Like there's no situation where you couldn't make the event more expensive for your friends, where you're like, oh yeah, instead of buying like strip steak, I'm gonna get like ribeye or some shit. Like there's always an upgrade you can do, and that's where you then gauge the money to happiness ratio, where you're like, okay, I just need good enough carne asada
for sure,
and good enough ingredients and good enough beer. And then everything else is a great time, and the vibes flow from there.
Right.
But I don't know, personally, like I've felt the shift to where, like, for instance, like back when we were below what current minimum wage is, a $2 raise would literally shake the foundation of my lifestyle. Where if you went from like $10 an hour to $12 an hour, you're like, oh, I'm acting on my ass.
I bought a car with a raise like that.
Yeah.
Actually, it was a $4 raise.
But still.
Yeah, I bought a car with a raise like that.
But now, you can get a $2 raise, and I'm like, did that hit yet? Did we get that yet?
Me last night. Hey, did we get our annual base percentage raise yet? Yeah, we get it this month. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. And so, and like, yeah, we got that 2 weeks ago. Oh, word? And so
Didn't even know.
that's what I'm saying. That's where I feel like there's that correlation of like, okay, like you're starting to approach a level of income where it takes more money to move the needle than it did prior.
Yeah, before when it was like $4,000, now it has to be like 10.
Yes.
Because that 10 after tax is going to become 4.
Oh my God. Yeah. And it also just comes with age where it's like we weren't buying what we wanted, doing what we wanted when we were 19. We were doing what we could and buying what we could. And the difference in that is huge because we still had fun.
Right.
Because we had all the time we needed. But we didn't have the money to be like, fuck it, let's go bar hop in Catalina. Let's buy like boat fare tickets and an Airbnb and all of this shit. We were like, okay.
That would have been fun.
We can still do that.
Yeah, but time.
Summer.
It's going to be an expensive ass summer.
It already is.
Yeah.
Summer expensive as hell and it ain't even here yet.
Bro, what?
But before we would be like, okay, what friends do we have that live in the place we want to go to?
Right.
Do they have a couch and a half that we could sleep on? Sometimes it was just a couch.
I was on the floor.
And
best sleep of my life.
And then it would be like, okay, like what places can we go to that would be fun out there that don't cost an arm and a leg? And then, okay, we'll go to a liquor store if we're going to drink and we'll get like a plastic bottle of whatever garbage. See, yeah, just say the plastic bottle. And we'll share it. Like
Amsterdam.
Yeah.
Or fucking UV. Smirnoff.
Yeah.
Mad Dog 50/50. Four Loco.
But it's like, it's whatever did the job.
Right. The quickest
and cheapest.
Yep.
And then we would show up on like the best vibes and make the most of whatever this event was. And that's why it was like, and granted, we were also in the times where like the bands that we listened to, like shows were like $20-$30.
Right.
And so, spend $20-$30 on like drinks, and then like $20-$30 on a ticket, and then maybe $20-$30 on like gas and parking.
No, that shit was, the drinks were so much cheaper back then. One drink now is $20.
Yeah.
Back then it was like 10.
Well, that's what I'm saying is like you're going and buying a bottle that everyone shares.
Oh, right.
Like you're not
Oh,
drinking
fuck that Chance the Rapper concert. Oh my God.
And so
Fuck.
But that's what we would do, and then we'd catch ourselves in the middle of the night like, this is a great time. But now, what do we do?
Santa Barbara. When we
What's
had to
that?
stop partying at noon.
Oh, yeah.
We got there at like 10. They go, we had to stop the party. We started partying at noon again. And it was 6:30. And we were like,
we've been here all day.
dude, we were having the time of our fucking life at 6:30 p.m. You would have swore it was midnight.
I know.
That shit was crazy.
And so, like, we made the most of what we could. Now, the thought of doing an emo night in LA is like, should we get a hotel? Like,
I really feel like driving back home.
Ooh, parking is only $40 here. Like, and like, oh yeah, fuck it. Like, second round's on me, third round, fuck it on me. Like, all right, yeah, let's do this.
Fuck it.
And then you come home and you're like, I did a night out that I probably could have figured out at 21. And when I did it at 21, it would have cost me $100, and it cost me like 3 times that.
Whoopsie, looks like I'm working overtime this weekend.
And that's
my toxic trait. I'm like, I could just work overtime this weekend. Now I gotta, when I get back to work today, I gotta figure that out. I gotta see what the overtime budget's looking like. But I'm like, fuck it, I'll just work a few hours of overtime and then we'll be fucking good. Like,
yeah, but that's the thing is like we're in a position where we're just choosing like comfort,
right,
rather than it. But like, to be honest, like our nights kind of feel comparable.
Right.
Where it's like, yeah, we're still having the same amount of fun. If not, sometimes we're like less impressed.
Should have spent the $400.
Yeah. And that's where I'm like noticing that like fall off in the correlation between like money and happiness, where like, yeah, like, I mean, I could double my income and we could do all the shit that we're doing now, but instead on a boat. And
I will be more happier on that boat.
but the amount of happiness isn't doubled, is what I'm saying.
Why it's not? Yes, I have a nice car. I have a 2021 Honda Accord, and I love my car. You lost your rabbit ass mind if you don't think I'm gonna be double happy. What's double a Honda Accord? A Lexus?
Nah, that's like 50% up.
Okay. What's double? The Corvette that a neighbor has?
Yeah. Same color.
Damn right, I will be double the amount of happy in a fucking 2-door coupe sports car. A Corvette, a McLaren, a Rari, a Lamborghini Urus. That's gonna be. Sorry, I'm on my. Man, I really don't. I'm really trying my best to like not.
No, go ahead.
Me and my chimp chatter over here. Me and my baboon. My baboon babble.
Man, Lil Wayne baby mama lineup crazy. Y'all going 50-50? First day.
Podcast equipment needs to be quadrupled.
Up the tariffs.
Up the tariffs. Holy shit.
Oh my fucking god.
But yeah, I mean, like, again, I'm shallow. So like me personally, you bet your bottom fucking dollar. I'm with all my homies and I'm on a boat in Havasu. I am having double the amount of fun that I normally would have because I am on that boat. Like there is a direct correlation because I've been to Havasu.
We found we found the solution to the problem of happiness, ladies and gentlemen.
You gotta be on a boat in Havasu,
and you just don't gotta own the boat.
You don't. So last year's Havasu trip, we had our own boat rental. I think for the first 2 days or 1 day, and then the next day we were like, all right, the girls, it is your mission to go and flirt and find people with the boat and tell them I have a big ass friend group. Can they come kick it? And for the most part, people in Havasu are chill. You know, like as long as you give them some type of alcohol or drugs, they're like, yeah, come party with us. And that's exactly what happened. We sent the girls out on a mission. They forgot their mission. They didn't come back and get us, so we had to go and find them. But they're like, oh, like, yeah, like, come over here. And we got on these people's boat, and they were really, really nice people. We had great conversation. They took us for a ride on the lake, and we shared our alcohol with them. I had double the amount of fun on the boat that I had not on the boat. And it will be like that every single time. Okay? The bigger the boat, the more happiness. If I'm on a yacht, if I'm on Conor McGregor's Lamborghini yacht, I am going to have Lamborghini yacht levels of fun. Because there is a difference between being on the little Havasu speedboat or wakeboard boat than there is being on Conor McGregor's Lamborghini yacht. There is a stark difference. And with the level that I am at, I'm going to match that energy. How could you possibly have more fun on a Lamborghini yacht? Well, I don't know yet. I haven't fucking been on one. But I bet you when I get there, I'm going to figure it the fuck out.
He's like, how could you not?
How could you? Right? If I'm on a fucking cruise ship, I'm having cruise ship levels of fun.
We should do that.
Yeah.
We'll do a cruise.
Yeah. Like go-kart racing. What's the shit with the ball and the hammer? Do the little
what's
it called?
Croquet?
Croquet. I ain't never played croquet in my fucking life. If I'm on a cruise ship or croquet, I'm having croquet level of fun. And that is more fun than not being on a cruise ship. So there is a direct correlation with how big the boat is and how much fun you're having.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Absolutely. Yeah. And again, I'm a shallow motherfucker. So
Where do you think the limit is then? You think there is a limit?
Yeah.
Where do you think that's at?
Probably the croquet on the cruise ship or go-kart. I don't think you can have more fun than that. Like, yeah, I don't think you can have more fun than that. Or like once you get Conor McGregor's Lamborghini yacht, that's maxed out. You know, because you can only drive a car so fast.
Right.
Right. You got in a Lamborghini in Vegas. You went on the little speed track. You hit 150 an hour. Mm-hmm. You're never gonna reach 200. The car won't go that fast. So you know what 150 is, and you know like the max amount of fun you can have is 150. So go-karting on a fucking cruise liner, croquet on a cruise, that kind of thing. Like there is a limit to it. Mm-hmm. It's just a matter of how fast you get there. Some people reach those maxes faster because they have money to do it, and there are people who were born doing that, and that's why they find everything boring.
Right.
Or they switch it and they find the mundane more entertaining.
Right.
Because like, oh my god, like
Farm life.
This is a dive bar.
Right.
Like, oh, I've never been to one of these. I've only ever been to the social club at the golf course my entire life.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, bro, the music there fucking sucks and you can't talk.
Mm-hmm.
But at a dive bar, the music's loud as fuck. You have to scream in each other's ear.
How does one throw it in such circle?
Right. Exactly. It's a whole new fucking experience. But yeah, there is a limit to it. It's just a matter of how fast you reach that limit and are you willing to even put the effort in to get there in the first place. I absolutely will be on a cruise ship playing croquet. Probably with somebody's grandma. I 100% will be on a Lamborghini yacht doing some
fuck shit.
Why not?
I think also though, like, it really depends on, like, when you put yourself in these scenarios or you think about these instances where you're like, hell yeah, this will be double the fun and blah blah blah. You're automatically baking in being around good people.
No, I can do this shit by myself.
No, I don't mean by yourself or anything, but I'm saying, like, if you had to pick like a night out at a random bar, but with like your best people versus like on a boat, but like everyone there fucking sucks or is not a vibe.
Oh, right. Well, yeah, of course. Yeah,
and then that's what I'm saying is, like, of course it goes up with each thing, but that's like because you kind of in your head you're like, well, of course I'm gonna be with my people when I'm doing this. Like, I'm not gonna be with some group of randoms that I don't vibe with.
Right.
And so that's where I do think it scales. But I feel like a lot of people also don't have good people, so they don't get to fully enjoy the experiences that they may have the opportunities for or that get provided to them. Because, like, we've had friends who live in better zip codes with more money look at us and be like, I want to move to Palmdale.
Yeah. And I'm like, you fucking tripping, bro.
But they
crazy as fuck.
They correlate the good times whenever they're around us and other Palmdalians with this is where the
whole
fun
city
is.
must be like this.
Yeah, where it's like these people.
I want to move to Avenue R and 11th Street East.
No, you do not.
No, you do not. My brother in Christ. No, you do not.
Stay away from the railroad tracks.
You live in Newport Beach, bro. Stay there.
And that's what I'm saying, because like they go out there with like whack ass people,
right?
And they're at bars or they're at places that either don't play good music,
right, or
they're around people that should be providing a great time but aren't, and they come hang with the desert rats for a little bit. They're like, oh, this is so much fun, I would move here. And it's like, slow your roll.
It's like, hey.
That's my bitch.
That's my bitch.
Yeah, so I think that's what matters is like,
well, yeah, but I mean, you could always chop it down to the people you're with.
Right.
That's always the answer. Like maybe the real croquet cruises were the friends we made along the way.
I found the title episode. I found the title of the episode, man. My job's done.
Yeah, maybe the real go-kart cruise races were the friends we made along the way. It's always about the people. Every single time. It's not ever about the activity. It's not ever about the location. It's the person or the people that you are doing the activity with or that location that you're in.
Yeah, I mean, that's why, like, a lot of times this last year we've opted to just
come home,
fuck it up in the living room.
Yeah, like my living room is better than the Las Vegas nightclub, and you can debate me physically about it. If you're a DJ in Las Vegas and you DJ'd at Omnia at Caesar's Palace last year inside the little side hip hop room,
go track for track with me right now.
You owe me a fucking fade. You are terrible. Okay, my Spotify randomized playlist was better than your curated bullshit you were playing. Okay, and I know you saw my phone. I know you saw me play YG. Okay, and you was on. I know you saw that screen that said play Twist My Fingers, play Left Right, play whatever the fuck I wrote on there. You got me fucked up. Be better.
You're gonna scare the wet noodles.
I apologize. But if you were, don't ever allow yourself to stay in a venue where the DJ sucks. Okay, he has one job, and it's to play good music. And if you fail at that job, fuck you, you're a failure. Back to the.
Well, I mean, we've had like 10 people in total, including like the people who live here over, and like people are.
It's been a vibe.
People are dancing on the island,
bro. What?
We got the ceiling lamp flashing purple, orange, and red.
Like literally, my living room is better than the fucking Las Vegas nightclub, and it's way more space.
And there's way more space.
And the alcohol is cheaper, and the DJ, me or Caleb, doesn't fucking suck. Go fucking figure. That shit's insane.
I don't know. It's fun. It's a good time. I think we figure it out for the best part.
Yeah. So to sum up your 2-part question and then the question after that, Joining the military was the best decision I ever made in my life. I am still figuring out to still find that happy balance of don't spend all your money at once, but still spend enough to have a good time. And the bigger the boat, the more fun you will have. And maybe the Croquet cruises were the real friends we made along the way. What was your third question for me?
I think I kind of want to end it on that note.
That's
I think
perfectly fine with me.
we're at the 2-hour mark.
Hell yeah.
We're
No
looking
one,
right.
Hey, if you listen to all 2 hours of this, you need a job.
You need a shorter
You need a shorter commute. Work locally. No, I'm just kidding. If you actually did manage to listen to this entire thing, listen to us babble, I appreciate you. You are loved. I fucks with you the long way, and you're more than welcome to come to my house and turn up with me.
Maybe.
Perhaps there'll be a vetting process.
Yeah, there will be a filter in applications.
Yeah.
But yeah, all right. First video episode.
Holy shit.
Now, yeah, put it there, partner.
Hell yeah.
Thank you guys for listening. What are we? Episode 18, I think. I gotta check. I always gotta check. I do this every time, and I've lost the shame in my game. I don't know what episode I'm on my own podcast. Episode 18, I got it right.
Bro just shows up and yaps and then posts it.
Bro, that's half the time I'm like, Monday night.
Here we fucking go.
Yeah, and video episode number 1.
Crazy. Big up, you don't know.
Big up. 13 pussy clot egg.
Booyaka.
All right.
My bad.
All right. Thank you guys for watching. It's only going to get better from here. It's only up from here. So I appreciate you sticking through it. And till next time.